cancel. After royalty ignored him, there is nothing else that Harry can write about in his memoirs. Good morning, and thank you very much for tuning in to the Sussex Daily News Channel. The recent claims made by various news outlets that Harry's memoir has been put on hold indefinitely are accurate, because it was supposed to be published this year, but there has been no announcement, teaser, or anything else to get people excited about its imminent arrival. It has been reported that his autobiographer, J.R. Mooringer, has quit his job and will no longer have any further involvement with Harry. Mooringer liked Harry when they first met, but over time he has realized that he is a slacker and a self-entitled man with whom he shares nothing in common. So he has distanced himself from the relationship. Because they are no longer mentioned together, this may have had an impact on Harry's friendship with George Clooney, who was the one who initially introduced them. At the time, George was working on The Tender Bar, a personal memoir written by Mooringer. What happens to the huge sums of money mentioned in the contract with Penguin Random House, rumored to be in the region of $28 million? Heaven only knows. However, the contract was to consist of 4 books, 2 by Harry and 2 by Meghan, and there has been no news regarding that one either. What about Oprah? What kind of agreements can be reached in a meeting that lasts for roughly an hour? And there are no pictures of them going in through Oprah's gates, not even of them opening even a crack with their car in the background. As proof of their supposed encounter with the talk show host, they only provided a photograph of a black Range Rover parked by the gates. And how likely is it that she will actually interview them once more? If she did, wouldn't it be to expose all of the lies that they had told each other during that other show, if she did it at all? It would be very interesting and entertaining if you were to question all of their allegations, ask them why they lied to her, and force them to give an explanation. But this time it's a puff piece with one-sided questions that are all designed to make Meghan look wonderful. It would surprise me if Oprah fell for that one and took the bait. Could very well be proven wrong, but if Oprah does in fact agree to more of the same, then she is just as much of a fool as the two of them. And considering that they overcharged for advertising on the first interview, and the viewing figures were so dismal that they were forced to either pay back some of the money or air the documentary twice for no additional charge. And this is exactly what they did. Who do you think would pay up to sponsor yet another opportunity for Meghan to promote herself? When one has been tricked in the past, the best course of action is to draw conclusions from those experiences and work to protect oneself from falling for the same trick twice. How frequently must their lies be laid out for fans and enthusiasts who are clueless about the protocol and limitations of the royal family, such as title for the son Archie, and taxpayer restrictions. Security, easily checked. Why should anyone else believe them? It seems as though Harry has a skewed recollection of his life as a member of the wealthiest and most influential family in the entire world, or, at its base, an ovum that has been selectively fertilized. This idiot was either in the right place at the right time or the opposite. Just call me Harry. What a joke. Their reputation for loyalty, integrity, and most importantly, honesty, was irreparably damaged as a result of the first Oprah Winfrey show. Just let everything play out the way it does. After the first Oprah Winfrey show, thousands upon thousands of people came out to show their support for Her Majesty the Queen and the royal family, even though Meghan and Harry's reputations have fallen to an all-time low and continue to be in the gutter. We knew their lies as they spoke, even if they were peppered with their feelings. He is sixth in line for the throne, but his position has no bearing on the monarchy. Harry, get a grip on yourself. People who are loyal to the crown and the stability, history, and, let's face it, pageantry and joy that it provides are merely irritated by the two of them together. Not a single one of those Markles. If it were up to me, I'd let Harry talk about national security, however he wants to talk about it. Anyone with a functioning brain would know better than to believe that he actually knows anything about anything. I mean, give me a break. I don't think Jack would know a grown man who, on an Oprah special for all to see, still cries the blues because his father cut him off financially. I think that person wouldn't know Jack about important stuff. I'd be willing to bet that he didn't even know the names of the people who were protecting him. For a while now, I have been curious as to whether or not Harry intended to investigate the various theories of murder surrounding Diana's passing. The role that MI5, acting on the Queen's instructions, played in orchestrating the entire affair and all that crap, who is to say? I am aware that the palace issued a statement at one point in the past indicating that their attorneys intended to read each and every word of the book and take legal action if it became necessary to do so. I have a wish for Harry, and it is that he does not have a publicist, and that he also does not have this particular public relations firm. These entities are intended to be of assistance, but instead they make him appear to be in the wrong, as well as stupid. According to what I have read, the book's publisher, Penguin, has sent it back more than once. Editorial errors, perhaps incomplete, etc. From what I've gathered, this occurs quite frequently in the world of publishing between authors and publishers. I just really wish we weren't forced to find out any more information about it. I really hope that Harry and Penguin will publish the book as soon as it is ready. instead of these ridiculous lies spread to spread more lies. In the meantime, with regard to Meghan Markle, anyone could be forgiven for being a little confused about the stories regarding Meghan Markle's background. In this regard, anyone could be forgiven for being confused. These are not stories that have been fabricated by the media. These are tales that Markle conjured up on her own, and the narrative shifts depending on who she is relating it to at any given moment. Therefore, what is the reality? Let's take a look at the many different tales that Markle has shared. Regrettably, Markle does not consider happiness to be synonymous with the truth. If what she has posted on Instagram and TIG is accurate, then the letter she sent to Pelosi and Schumer cannot possibly be genuine, and vice versa. There is no way that this can be the case. Which one of these is it then? There are a few hints that Markle appears to forget what is available to the general public. Markle is a graduate of the Los Angeles school Immaculate Heart High School. This is a private Catholic school for girls. Its annual tuition fee is more than $20,000 at the present time. In addition, the total price of tuition and fees was just under $12,000 per year when she was enrolled. The Sugar Squad will now say things like she might have been eligible for a scholarship or financial aid had she not been a sugar baby. On the other hand, her father asserts that he footed the bill for her education, and Markle herself acknowledges that both of her parents made contributions to her education. And let's face it, if Markle had been receiving a scholarship or some other form of financial assistance, she would have been singing that as loud as she possibly could. It works really well with the image of the poor girl trying to work her way out of poverty. Were you also awarded a scholarship or some other form of financial assistance for your ballet and tap classes? Or what about this? How was it possible for the $4.99 Sizzler family to afford to send their daughter to Europe when she was only 15 years old? Along with her ex-best friend, Ninaki Priddy, she travelled to Paris, London, Switzerland, and Bath. I almost feel like I can hear the fan club discussing how she could have made enough money selling frozen yogurt to pay for it herself if she had chosen to do so. It is important to keep in mind that Markle has been employed illegally since she was 13 years old. Does that mean that a trip to Europe is just a collection of miscellaneous experiences? Keep in mind that she has mentioned to both Pelosi and Schumer that she worked in order to pay for miscellaneous expenses. When I first saw Markle's posts, I couldn't believe how stupid they were. You might want to check what you've already said about the situation before shifting your story around so that you don't end up getting caught lying about it. On the other hand, she has been discovered lying so frequently at this point that it is patently obvious that the time for damage control has passed. The vast majority of people do not like her or respect her, and the fact that she manipulates others by telling them stories of misfortune that never actually occurred does not help her image in the eyes of the general public. Or maybe every other woman is green with envy because we all want to be as reviled as this woman is, and all we want is the power to manipulate others and change our backstory so that it fits every agenda. Yes, we aspire to be like her and give the impression that we have a forum to discuss issues, even though the reality is that we do not. It is going to take a lot of stretching to sell the contention that all of Markle's statements from years ago, as well as what she has said recently, are all true. This is because Markle has a history of making contradictory statements, reaching that only those with a desperate need to believe that this woman is honest, genuine, and as altruistic as she wants us to believe can reach, reaching that only those with a desperate need to believe. People with decent morals would never go to such lengths. And you, what are your thoughts regarding them? We would appreciate it if you would continue the conversation with us below in the comment section regarding Meghan and Harry, as we do as well. If you think my video is really helpful, don't forget to give it a like and spread the word about it among your friends who are also interested in it right now. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the Sussex Daily news channel so you can view additional videos produced by our staff. Now I would like to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.